Well, good morning, everyone. Let's take our Bibles to Matthew chapter number 6, verse number 33. And I hope that you are encouraged by what we have this morning. Let's consider a powerful truth of God's protection contained really in a small verse. This is a verse that you might hear quite often because it's one of those ones that just really helps us see just how much a truly God-honoring priority, see what it can do to the rest of our lives. In fact, let me read the passage and you got to be the judge of what having the right priority, like prioritizing the Lord, can do to the rest of your lives. And I think that people think that because they are really enjoying whatever it is they're pursuing right now, that somehow that's God's will. But the truth is that if we do not prioritize the Lord as the number one, according to this passage, then we might be having joy or fun for a season, but it may come at incredible cost. And so look at verse number 33 in Matthew chapter number 6. It says this, it says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." And just like yesterday, you got to back up a few verses because I got to tell you, this really comes after a statement about how the world worries about the how and really just about all the different things that go on in our world and how they can work out. Think about this. It tells us about how about the things that we're doing impact the things that we need most. And so genuine followers of God have the how all figured out because they say that they're because their lives reflect that seeking God first. They put God into their lives and make everything in life work around God. And I think that that is the most important thing that any believer could learn to do, is to stop prioritizing everything that we long to do and start prioritizing the things that God says he wants us to do. Really involves having us seek him, to look to him. And when we seek to accomplish our primary purpose of being God's own, when we take on the calling of his plans, listen to the plans that God has for us first. That's the key. The key word is seek ye first the kingdom of God. It doesn't say seek ye only. It says seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. So I need to be about him, knowing him, honoring him, obeying him, living for him. And then all that other stuff, it's going to start falling into place, is what our passage really tells us. He promises to pour into our lives the things that we would like to enjoy, that are biblical things. I mean, there's things out there that aren't sinful, that if they're in the wrong priority, they become sinful. So we got to keep that in mind. He promises to provide the things we fear going without. He calms our fears about how things will play out for us by telling us of his ability to make it all happen. I think the most important thing we get from seeking God first and the things that he has declared as wholesome and holy is what we get. The thing we get him. That's the most important thing we get out of this. We get more of him and we get a regret-free life just by prioritizing him first. We get him and we get a regret-free life. And so listen, that would be enough for most of us. But he promises that we will see our needs met, that he will allow the things that cause us to be concerned. If you read those verses before, there's a lot of worrying going on. It says they're worried about this, they're worried about that. They're wondering how it's all going to work out, and it's causing them to have a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety. And God says, if you'll seek me first, and what I declare is righteous, if you'll be about my plans, I'll worry about all that other stuff for you. It's kind of a cool verse because he basically says, if you'll be about my things, I'll be about your things. And so let that frame your day. Be about his things, and he will be about yours. Have a great day.